evening everyone, or g'day everyone to this week's video. This one's going to be a bit of a mixed bag, as we were on set for a really good result, but we met some terrible, lovely, sweaty griefers in this one. So we'll go through the list. We've got Malisi in P1, myself P2, Shauno P3, Jack Rabbit Slim in P4, Johnny O 5, Forza in 6, IOU in 7, and obviously Soph and so forth. Rex, TQ, Scotty, and Windy Harry. So the race starts off fairly well. We started in P2, chasing down Malisi and Sean in the background. Now, Shauno here was very, I would say, an aggressive racer. He made quite some, he made the race really hard for a lot of us. So obviously myself and Malisi were in P1 and 2, and I was basically chasing him down. So Shauno up back there. Bit wide out of the U-turn. This is obviously daily race B with the Group 4 vehicles. I love this track. I had some good racing on this track, but I must admit this race was the last time I raced on this track. It really, I don't often crack it, but yeah, this one I had to call it because we were on par. Our DR and SR had copped a beating this race night. We went from BS to now we're a C and A, so a lot of work and recovery to get back to this rate, get back to where we were. So we're still chasing down Malisi, which is good. Silly P2, Shauno's back there in P3. And I was honestly happy with the P2. I wasn't, we were pretty much trading pace. Malisi didn't really make any sort of blues, which is good. Yes, our quality time was a 2:09.1, was still a fairly competitive quality time, being that we got relegated back to the C. So I went a bit wide on that corner, so Shauno got a better run, which is fine. He's nice and wide of me, which is great. Bit of a kiss. Nothing too bad. But right on his backside. He made sort of an aggressive thing, which I get, it's understandable. But just let him know I was there, always on his backside. He went a bit wide there, was sort of ruined his run a little bit, gave me a chance to close up on him a little bit, which is good. So he opened a bit of a gap on us. Jack Rabbit Slim was right behind us back here. Giving us a flash to sort of say, hey, I'm here. I buggered up this line here, which cost me a penalty. Flash just to put me off. So next lap I was going to cop a penalty, I knew it, so the idea was I've got to defend this position as best as I can. So 1.5 penalty, not ideal. But we're still defending P3, we weren't going to give it to him. So by then Malisi was fairly cruising along, had a bit of a gap, but he had a bit of a lose. So he's clipped the wall there. So which obviously allows Shauno to catch up. Malisi moved over, then Malisi's taken Sean out, which wasn't ideal. that relegated me to P1. Which was good. So we still had that penalty hanging over, so I knew it was going to be a short-lived P1. At least he had more speed out of that corner, which was fine, so he got through. But I was back in, as I said, I was back in P2, so I was fairly happy to be in P2. I knew I was going to lose it with that 1.5 second penalty. At least he shot wide again. So then you got myself come around there, the hairpin. And Shauno got around Jack Rabbit, so he was quick, there's no doubt about it. So at this point in time, the only incident I could really comment on was that Malisi really did need to steer into Shauno. I think that was uncalled for. Shauno didn't contact him, Malisi just lost it himself. So we had a fairly good run through the bend there. Malisi copped a penalty. Half a second penalty. I've still got my 1.5 second penalty. So, and Shauno copped a half a second penalty. So, all three of us had penalties, and obviously Jack Rabbit was fairly sweet. So we were all basically slowing down for here. But Shauno had a penalty had to wait for his next lap for his penalty. So that's fine. I let them both. We let them past. Not much I can do about it. I'll just slot back behind Jack Rabbit. And just hang back. So up here, so Shauno pushed through Malisi, and Sean got the lead. Malisi's come along and tried to shoot inside of him. Shauno's just punched him off the track, which giving him another, but he still had the half a second penalty. So that ruined Malisi's race. That put him right down there, and Shauno just pushed him out of the way. So Shauno's in the lead with a half a second penalty. Obviously myself in second. IOU just got past Forza and Jack Rabbit. And as you can see, Malisi's trying to push through them to catch back up. So at this point in time, there was no pressure to Sean. He had a decent gap on me, so I figured I'd just catch him on the penalty line. So he went a little bit wide there. He's covering his line, which is fine. So he's come through there. I've come through the sweeper. Fairly conservative line through there. The others are all spun around. IUU's gone wide. Malisi's got a 1 second penalty. So he's no threat to me at this stage. So as long as I keep my lines through here clean, I should be fine. Meanwhile, I'm just chasing the draft to Shauno. So we'll guarantee a P2 at this point in time, and I was content with a P2. No dramas at all. We'll click through there. We'll ride on him. No contact required. Plenty of gap. Malisi's back there with his penalty. So I knew he was going to be slowing down. This is where I hate how our DRs and SRs really get affected with it. So he's tried to brake check me. So he's pulled down, he's slowed down, he's tried to get in front of me, swerve around. I've gone around him, bang. He's pit maneuvered, he put himself out, crashed me into the wall. So I was P6 here, I was back in front of him. And he's gone, I'm not done with you yet. Bang, punt me straight into the wall. Which relatively put me back to 11th. 12th. Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, because IOU stopped way back.